We had this perception that these distractions are something that happens outside of us. It's my phone, it's my kids, it's my boss, it's the news, it's whatever. It's the stuff that's happening outside of me. We call these external triggers. And research has found that they account for about 10% of our distractions, external triggers, the pings, the dings, the rings, all this stuff outside of us. That is a source of distraction, but only 10%. So what's the other 90%? It turns out that 90% of the time that we get distracted, 90%, it's not because of what's happening outside of us, it's because of what's happening inside of us. These are called internal triggers. That studies have found that 90% of the time that you check your phone, not because of a ping, ding, or ring, it's because of a feeling. It's an internal trigger. Loneliness, boredom, fatigue, uncertainty, anxiety. That is the source of 90% of our distractions. What we're doing, whatever that technology might be, maybe for our parents it was the television or the newspaper or the radio or whatever, is that when we're using these distractions as pacification devices, because we don't want to feel our feelings, that's the source of 90% of our distraction. Because distraction is not a character flaw. There's probably nothing broken about your brain. It's simply that we haven't learned how to deal with discomfort in a healthy way that leads us towards traction rather than trying to escape it with distraction. So what my research shows is that high performers in every industry, sports, the arts, business, whatever the field, high performers, they feel the same exact internal triggers that we do. They also feel bored. They also feel anxious. They also feel uncertain. The difference with these high performers is they have learned to use those internal triggers as rocket fuel to propel them towards traction rather than what distractible people do is they try and escape these uncomfortable feelings with distraction.